In case you did not know this fact, Venezuela contains the largest oil reserves in the world, with proven reserves estimated at 303 billion barrels as of 2025. This figure surpasses those of other major oil-producing nations such as Saudi Arabia, Iran, and Canada. This fact has made the country's political landscape a focal point for foreign interest, particularly from nations dependent on oil imports. Trump 1.0 imposed 46 sanctions on Venezuela within its first year in office. Trump 2.0 has imposed many more sanctions and tariffs on Venezuela. Although some people may see María Machado's recent Nobel Peace Prize as validation of her fight for democracy in Venezuela, still this does not change the fact that she consistently called for foreign intervention in the internal affairs of her country. This is like calling IMF and World Bank to take over countries in Latin America and Black Africa. Basically, such a move ultimately leads to more suffering and more deprivation and more hunger and more deaths among the natives. So then we can assert that María Machado advocacy for foreign intervention and economic reforms serves Western interests, especially the US interests, especially in the context of Venezuela's vast oil reserves. This is reasonable to assert since her advocacy for foreign intervention and economic reforms clearly aligns with Western, specifically US interests. To deny that is to deny what took place in Iraq, Afghanistan. It is to deny what has been going on in Nigeria since 1970. If not, why is the US ready to invade Venezuela so as to engage in a regime change? Is this not the same resource exploitation and imperialism? Abstractions. What exactly is this democracy María Machado is fighting for in Venezuela? Is it the kind of democracy that exists today inside Nigeria, or even inside the US today, where soldiers are all over the states of the opposition party? Is she advocating for the kind of democracy where the rich gets richer, while the middle class gets squeezed out of existence, where rent seekers manipulate social or political or industrial policies for their personal economic gains rather than for creation of societal wealth and productivity? If any person in Latin America or in Africa is not suspicious of the obvious US support for this woman, then such a person is not thinking. Is the US supporting the masses in Venezuela or the pillaging of the oil resources in Venezuela?